Hello friends, welcome back. As part of this tutorial, we are going to learn about message routing. First we will see the message routing concept and then different routing endpoints. We have 5 types of routing endpoints. First is built-in endpoint. In first tutorial itself, we will learn about this built-in endpoint. This is the default endpoint, and apart from this built-in endpoint, we have 4 more custom endpoint. That is Azure Storage, Service Bus Queue, Service Bus Topic, and Event Hub. These are the 4 custom endpoint. In this video, we are going to focus mainly on this Azure Storage. In the subsequent video, we will see about Service Bus Queue, Service Bus Topic, and Event Hub. So let's start. What is message routing? Suppose this is our IoT device. It is sending some message to this IoT hub. This is our message routing. So what this message routing does, this device can send different type of messages to this IoT hub. The job of message routing is to filter the messages based on some filter criteria. That is the job of message routing. Suppose the device sending different type of messages. Suppose the device sending one type of message, that is telemetry message. We have some filter condition that will point to this service bus topic. Okay. The device can send another type of message. Suppose that is alert type of message that requires immediate attention to the user. So that can route to the different endpoint, that is routing the Azure Blob. So suppose that we have installed a new device at a customer location. Okay, that device need to be registered with the IoT hub. This device will send one registration notification to the IoT hub, and that I need to register with the IoT hub. There can be one registration type of activity that will register that device, and for that also we have some routing. So that routing will redirect message to the different endpoint. Suppose it is redirected to blob. Message routing is basically a filtered condition which filter the messages. It redirect it to the different endpoints. Either it can be built-in endpoint or custom endpoint. So suppose here I have in the diagram, you can say there are 3 endpoints. So one message it will direct to the blob, another it is redirecting to the service bus topic. And if the filter condition not matching any of the custom endpoint, then it will redirect it to the built-in endpoint. So this is all about message routing. So message routing basically filter the message based on some condition and redirect that particular message to a particular endpoint. As part of our demo, we will see how we can configure this message routing from the device in as well as from the application need. So a message can be routed to multiple endpoints. So what that means? It means suppose the device is sending this one message. Okay. The device is sending this message to the IoT hub, and now a same message I can redirect to the service bus topic and service bus blob. So that means one message can be redirected to the different endpoint. One message can be redirected either to one endpoint or to multiple endpoint. IoT have a default built-in endpoint. That is, what is the default built-in endpoint? Messages less event. That is compatible with Event Hub. We can create custom endpoint to route message by linking other services. So what all are the other services? Other services are Event Hub, Service Bus Topic, Service Bus Queue, and Blob Storage. So apart from this built-in endpoint, we have these 4 types of services using which we can create the custom endpoint. And we can add up to 100 routes from each IoT hub. Here we can have, here in the diagram you can see there are 3 routes. So we can create up to 100 routing filter conditions here. So maximum for one single IoT hub, we can have a maximum of 100 routing messages or filter conditions. So this is message routing. Okay. Now let's learn about fallback route. So what is fallback route? Fallback route send all the messages that doesn't satisfy query conditions on any of the existing route to the built-in endpoint. So what does this mean? So suppose this device is sending one message to the IoT hub, and IoT hub send that message to the message router. So what message routing will do, it will filter that message. Suppose this route doesn't exist. Okay, so it will redirect that message to the built-in endpoint. So if a particular routing condition doesn't match with any of the existing route filter, then it will redirect it to the built-in endpoint. So that is the fallback route. So if all existing routes are deleted, fallback route must be enabled to receive all data at the built-in endpoint. Suppose I have created two routes, one for service bus topic, another for blob. Okay, so now I have removed this topic and blob endpoint. Okay, and still the device is sending some message to the IoT hub with the same routing filter. Then what will happen? This message routing will redirect that message to the built-in endpoint. But condition like fallback route must be enabled. So if the fallback route is enabled for this message routing, then it will redirect that message to the built-in endpoint if that particular endpoint doesn't exist. Fallback route determine that if any of the custom endpoint is not matching with the filter condition, then it will redirect that message to the built-in endpoint. So once we will start our demo, I will show you how we can define the fallback route. There are basically four type of endpoints: blob, queue, topic, and event hub. Now start with Azure storage. So IoT Hub support writing data to Azure storage in the Apache Avro format as well as JSON format. So the data that we are receiving from the IoT devices can be stored on the blob storage using either Avro encoding or JSON encoding. So these are the basically two encoding format, Avro and JSON. So what is the default format? Avro format. So Avro is basically a binary formatter that is used for transferring file from one network to another network. So the default format is Avro, and we can also use JSON formatter. So once we will start the demo, I'll show you using both the format how we can use the Avro format and JSON format. And another point, like this encoding, either Avro or JSON, can be set only when we are going to configure the storage endpoint. Later on, we can't modify this existing encoding format. So that need to be configured at the time of creating the endpoints. And another concept we need to know about batch frequency. So what is this batch frequency? The maximum amount of time that can elapse before data is written to a blob between 60 and 720 seconds. What is the meaning of this batch frequency? This is our IoT device and it is sending some message. Okay, so what will happen once the message is to message routing? Based on that routing condition, it determines that this message belongs to the storage endpoint. So what will happen? It will not directly send that message to the storage endpoint. What it will do? It will internally create one bucket. So this is our bucket. Okay. So suppose this device is sending some message. This message will be saved into the bucket. It will save all these messages. How much time duration this message will be saved inside this bucket is determined by the batch frequency. Suppose what is the minimum value of batch frequency? That is 60 seconds and maximum 720 seconds. Minimum is 60 seconds and maximum is 720 seconds. 720 seconds, that means 12 minutes. Batch frequency varies from 1 minute to 12 minutes. So let's start. So suppose the device is sending every 10 seconds of data. 10 seconds. Okay, so what does this mean? In 10 seconds the device will send one message. Okay, again this message will come to message routing and message routing will push that message into the bucket. And suppose we have set the batch frequency as 1 minute or 60 seconds. So what is the batch frequency here? 60 seconds. 60 seconds. 10 seconds one message will, again in 20 seconds we will receive two messages. In 30 seconds we will receive one more message. Like that we will receive total 6 messages. Every 10 seconds, that means in 60 seconds we will receive 6 messages. So we have reached the batch frequency size. So now the bucket is full. So if we have reached the batch frequency size, so if you have set the batch frequency 120, the bucket will hold up to 12 messages. So once that time batch frequency time has reached, then it will write that message to the container. So what is batch frequency? Batch frequency basically hold all the messages in a bucket for a particular time duration, and that time duration is known as batch frequency. So once the batch frequency limit is reached, it will write that message to the blob storage. Again after 1 minute it will send one message, so this bucket will be empty, so it will start pushing again messages every 10 seconds. So once that batch frequency time completed, it will write that whole message to the container and the bucket will be empty. Okay, so this is about batch frequency. And next, another concept, chunk window size. So what is chunked window size? The maximum size of blob between 10 and 500 MB. So now suppose this IoT device is sending. Now suppose this IoT device is sending one message every 10 seconds, and the size of one message is 5 MB, and we have set the chunk window size, that is the maximum capacity that this bucket can store. So suppose we have set it as 20 MB. Minimum can be 10 MB and maximum 500 MB. So I have set the bucket size at 20 MB. That means this bucket can hold maximum up to 20 MB data. So suppose the device is sending every 10 second data. So in its size of the each message is 5 MB, and the maximum size that this bucket can hold is 20 MB. So 10 second it will send one message, in another 20 second it will send another one message, in 30 second it will send another message, in 40 second it will send another message. So what will the size of this bucket? 5, 5, 5, 5, 20 MB. That means this bucket is full. So it will not wait for another 2 messages to come. It will directly write this message to the container because our bucket is full. So what is chunk window size and batch frequency? Chunk window size, that means what is the maximum size of the bucket that it can store the messages for a particular time duration, or what is the batch frequency? The particular time duration it will wait for messages to come. Okay, so whichever reaches earlier, either batch frequency or chunk window size, it will send the message to the container. So whichever comes earlier, it will send that message to the container. So this was about message routing using storage endpoint. In the next video, I will show you how we can implement message routing using storage endpoint. Till then, happy learning. Thank you. Bye.